Hello and welcome to Daybreak Fraser Valley Weekend. I'm Kelly Padden.
And I'm Bradley Jeanette.
Well, as it turns out, this is going to be a rather significant episode in the annals of Daybreak Fraser Valley Weekend, because it's my last episode as host.
It's your last episode?
Yeah, April is flying by. We had an unscheduled break.
We did.
So this is happening really quickly.
This is really quick. Mm-hmm. I'm not happy about this.
It'll be okay.
I'm happy for you. I'm kidding.
Okay.
Our guests this week are Ian Parks with the Abbotsford Police Department and Natalie Bedard, returning for a new episode of Total Wellness, sponsored by Crest Contracting Limited.
We also have Black Press Media's picks for the news and from around the valley, as well as our top choices for what to get up to this weekend. All of this coming up now.
Welcome back, everyone. This is it. It's your last episode. You've been here since the very beginning.
I have been here from the beginning, and it's been fantastic, but other adventures call.
You have a life full of adventure, actually.
I do. Equiiti Strategic, so my company, is growing leaps and bounds and keeping me very busy, but I'm also starting comprehensive exams for my PhD, so hopefully a year from now, it'll be Dr. Kelly Padden.
You are so smart.
We'll see. We'll see. How about you, though? What are you going to be up to this spring and this summer? What am I going to miss?
What are you going to miss? We have some exciting things planned for the show. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you when we're not filming.
Top secret?
Top secret, yeah.
All right. Well, the next chapter of my life isn't going to get started until we make our way through all of the news and the picks in this episode. That'll all be courtesy of Black Press Media. So do you want to start us off in Abbotsford?
Let's start in Abbotsford. The Stala Research and Resource Management Center recently announced they're discussing residential schools, Local Perspective series, which launches soon. Adam Lewis of the Abbey News reported the series begins in Mission on April 22nd at the, help me with this one.
At the Interpretive Longhouse.
That's the one. Yeah. At 35087 Lougheed Highway from 6 to 8 p.m. There are two additional events scheduled, one at Spirit of Hope Secondary School in Hope, and November 18th at the Gathering Space at UFE Chilliwack Campus. Both of those are from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Yeah, be sure to check that out if you can.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Jennifer Feinberg from the Chilliwack Progress reported this week that prep work for the $6.5 million Watson Road reconstruction and widening project in Chilliwack should begin early in May, according to City of Chilliwack officials. I feel like we just did that, though. No?
I thought so too.
All right. Well, the section of Watson Road that will be widened and rebuilt stretches from Tyson Road to Vedder Road. They're anxious to start very soon. Council was told by Doug Mosey, Manager of Transportation and Drainage. He noted they've had really good success on the Tyson Road project, coordinating utility pole relocations with BC Hydro and TELUS officials, and are expecting the same experience when poles have to be moved for the Watson Road project.
I'm excited for the comments on that because when it comes to road work in Chilliwack, the comments on Facebook are
wild.
Wild.
Yeah, everybody wants a road to be wider.
Yes.
They want traffic to move better, but they don't want the congestion while it's happening.
Not while I'm driving.
And that's a crunchy area because you've got Watson Elementary, Tyson Elementary, you have the middle school, Mount Slessy right there. So it's all very crunchy when work is happening.
Lots
going on. It's all for the future.
And lots of residential too, so lots of traffic. Out in Hope, the Hope Standard reported this week that the Fraser Canyon Hospital helipad, decommissioned more than a decade ago due to not meeting federal standards, would be reopened. Since then, all BC Emergency Health Services flights have been forced to land at the Fraser Valley Regional Airpark, located nearly 7 kilometers from the hospital. According to Fraser Health, getting the Hope helipad back to working order is projected to cost approximately $220,000. Fraser Health Executive Director Petra Party stated that reopening the helipad at the hospital will improve the transfer experience for patients, staff, medical staff, and BC Emergency Health Services partners.
Yeah.
I feel like this is really good to improve quality of care.
Absolutely. You're not in a helicopter because you have time.
Right.
So anything that helps with patient experience and getting the help you need faster, I'm in for.
I would never go in a helicopter willingly. So if I'm flying to Hope in a helicopter, I'm sick.
Or out of Hope.
Or out of Hope, yes.
Yeah, all right. In Langley, Heather Pulpits of the Langley Advance Times reported that Misty Van Popta, MLA for Langley Walnut Grove, introduced the Firefighters Health Act, legislation that establishes a comprehensive health care plan for firefighters through early cancer detection screening and the collection of data on exposure risks and health impacts. Firefighters face a significantly higher risk of developing cancer due to repeated exposure to fire, smoke, and hazardous chemicals. It's only the second private member's bill from an opposition MLA to pass in the last 40 years.
It's historical.
It is historic, yeah.
And it's also a reminder to us that opposition parties can influence decision making and change. And sometimes when people are on the opposition, they're not accomplishing the same things that we would hope that they would. So anyway, I'm really happy to see that. And obviously there's a very good reason why that all passed in government. So.
Absolutely. It's good to see. Wherever, never turn down a good idea.
Doesn't matter where it comes from.
Came from. No.
Nope. All right, out in Mission, Dylan White of the Mission Record reported that Mission's own Abram Wiebe made his NHL debut right across the border in Seattle last weekend and was joined by approximately 60 family and friends to watch him hit the ice in a Calgary Flames uniform for the first time against the Seattle Kraken last Saturday.
Okay, that's really cool.
Very cool. Wiebe's parents, Reg and Tamara, were among the scores who traveled to Seattle to watch the milestone in person, along with Wiebe's girlfriend, siblings, cousins, and other family and friends. You'll never forget that.
No.
Like,
Core
can you
memory.
imagine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I heard Calgary lost.
They did. 4-1 to Seattle.
Okay,
I
next
wasn't
time.
going to talk about it.
Next time.
All right. Another one from the Mission Record. RCMP are searching for a man who allegedly used counterfeit $50 bills to pay for Facebook Marketplace items. Mission RCMP released a photo of the man as part of a news release on Monday in hopes of identifying him and raising awareness for Marketplace sellers. The Facebook profile name he used is believed to have been fake and is still under investigation, so police are not releasing the profile name at this time, the detachment said.
Oh. If it's not a fake, though, then I would like them to release that.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we will be back in just a few minutes.
Sergeant Parks, welcome to Daybreak Fraser Valley Weekend.
Thank you.
You are a very busy guy, so thanks for sharing a bit of time with us this morning.
My pleasure.
Before we get into what you do with the Abbotsford Police Department, why don't we learn a little bit about you?
Sure. So I am a Valley kid. Okay. I'm an absolute Valley kid. I grew up in Abbotsford, played sports in Abbotsford, went to school in Abbotsford, did a university in Abbotsford, started working in Abbotsford. Everything's Abbotsford. Anything west of 200th is Vancouver to me. So I'm a Valley kid. And then I got on with the Abbotsford Police Department about 26 years ago.
Wow.
And but just before then, I moved to Chilliwack. And so I moved to Chilliwack. My wife and I, we moved out here to raise our family. And we thought it was a great place to raise a family. And we have 4 kids here. They all play sports and hang out and go to school here in Chilliwack as well. They're still all in the Valley right now. And so that's kind of me in a nutshell.
Wow. Okay, so I like a Valley kid. Yeah. I love what you said about everything west of 200th Street. I'm going to start using that.
Yes.
Everything west
It's
of 200th
totally
Street is Vancouver.
Yes.
Okay, so I know you're working on some exciting things with recruitment, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But huge congratulations to the team, because this weekend they pulled 14 impaired drivers off the roads.
Yeah, I can't say enough about the guys and gals that are on the road making a difference. I mean, the traffic component alone within the Abbotsford Police Department, they are consistently getting people off the road who don't deserve to be there. Mm-hmm. So whether it be speeding or alcohol or drug related, super, super important. We always like to say that cars kill more than guns. Right? So getting those people off the road, holding them accountable, whether it's through using the legislation, what we call immediate roadside prohibition, or using the criminal code, it's important to hold them accountable and then advertise the fact, not that we're doing a good job, but that people are out there and we need to continue to be out there to be vigilant.
Absolutely. And advertise the fact, the social media game, we've said it more than once on the show, social media game for Abbotsford PD is on point. So congratulations on that too.
Well, thank you again for the second time in a row. I can't take credit though. So the guys and gals that are on the road and the guys and gals that are doing our social media, I used to dabble in it, but you nailed it. They're on point. They advertise all the different things we're doing. I think we're really engaging with the community, I hope, because I read our social media and I learn stuff about the Abbotsford Police Department. We're such a big enough department now that, we're consistently doing lots of cool projects, and some stuff doesn't get into the social media, but I promise you there's lots of stuff behind the scenes.
I like the funny parts.
Yeah.
I read it for the jokes.
There's some humor there, for sure.
But you're working on something really serious. So while we're talking about getting people off the roads and holding people accountable and that, you are like up to your neck in recruitment right now, right?
Yeah, well, so my job now is the next generation of police officers. So we hold information sessions, we hold Run with a Recruiter, actually happening tomorrow morning. We have registration for these different types of things to get engagement with the community, to let them know what we need for police officers. We need police officers. I just saw a study here in BC that we're going to need about 3,000 police officers in the next 5 to 10 years.
Wow.
Because of people like me retiring. And so we need that next chapter. And so that's my job. It's a really cool thing that I get to help shape the next generation. I'm in training as well, but recruiting is a big piece of what I do.
Okay, so
Legacy building.
Yeah, legacy building. Running with a recruiter.
Are we going to do it?
No. Am I going to do it? No. When it's like coffee with the recruiter, maybe.
Sure.
Maybe. And even then, probably no. Because so what are you looking for? Because I was about to say, like, I'm way too old for anyone to recruit.
We're way too old.
So what are you looking for in a recruit?
Well, I'm not going to get into age, but we are hiring 2 39-year-old brand new police officers this week. So
thank you for thinking we're 39.
Age is not a thing. Age is we will hire good people. That's we're looking. People say, "What are you looking for in a police officer?" And I say, "We're looking for good people." And when people ask, "Well, what steps do I need to take, like in order to become one?" Continue to be a good person. And I often talk about 5 buckets that they need to fill to be able to be competitive in our process. So we have about 600 people apply for about 20 positions for sworn staff, so police officers, because we have 250 police officers, but we also have 150 staff that work behind the scenes doing a whole bunch of things that we absolutely need. But I can speak to the 250. We hire 20 or 30 a year, and we need to see those 5 buckets. Fitness. That's that run with a recruiter. Like, don't be shy. Everybody starts somewhere. You need to be able to be fit enough to chase a bad guy and put a bad guy in handcuffs so that we can hold him accountable, right? Volunteer work. You can't say that you're going to be a police officer because you want to help people if you've never actually helped people, right? So super, super important. A strong work ethic. Whatever that is, whether you're 21 or 39, you need to have some level of understanding of what it takes to be a good hard worker, and supervisors need to say good things about you. Life experience, and that can come in education, that could come in being a mother or a father or a plumber or an electrician, like what doesn't really matter. And then the last one is integrity. So everybody is messed up when they're young and not as smart as they are when they are older. So nobody's perfect, but we do look for integrity. What are you doing lately? Do you tell the truth? Because we need our integrity. We are, judges trust police officers. It's really, really important that we have our integrity. So if you've got a bad driving record or you're lying and cheating on exams and those different kinds of things, we need to see time and distance. Like, oh, that was when I was 18 or 20 or 21, but now I'm 25 or 28 or 30. So you fill those 5 buckets, and I can guarantee you everybody we hire has filled all those 5 buckets, and they're overflowing. So we got some great people in the hopper right now, and it's fun to see brand new police officers that their life goal has been wanting to become a police officer, and I get to be a part of making that come true.
That's fantastic. And coming from someone who Facebook was not a thing, cataloging my mistakes when I was 16 to 20, that integrity piece is important. We all step in it.
Yeah, but when you do the polygraph, because we have a 13-step process that takes you about 4 months, when you do the polygraph, you just have to admit that these are the bad things that you've done. These are the wrong things that you've done, and that they're behind you. They're not last week.
Is there any special school? Because I hear people say a lot, like, they're going to university so that they can be a police officer. So do you have to have a certain degree?
No, everybody has a different path. I mean, my path was a crim degree, and then I went and got my master's as well while I was on the job so that I could teach. But I'd say about a third, roughly, it's constantly changing, about a third of the people will go the crim or work adjacent, like sheriffs or CBSA or corrections. I also spent 3 years in jail myself. As a corrections officer, just so we're clear.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, so as corrections and then parole. But so during my time in jail, I learned a little bit about the criminal justice system. But I'd say that's only about a third. There's another solid third that are leaders in the community. They're hard workers. They want to make a difference, and they fill all those buckets. And they always thought this would be a great opportunity to help my community. And then I'd say the last third is people who just want to change. They've had a career and they want a new career. So this is why we hired the 30-somethings. We even hired some 40-somethings that literally just, they want to make sure, and can you imagine the maturity level that we've all had in our 40s versus in our 20s, right? So we're hiring a much different applicant in their 40s than in their 20s, but they have different qualities and different advantages for sure.
Okay. So if somebody's watching this morning and they're like, oh, actually, I know someone or I am someone, how do they get in touch? How do they find out more?
Well, for the Abbotsford Police Department, and when people ask me about policing, I will encourage them, whether it's Abbotsford or Surrey or Vancouver or even the RCMP, like, just get out there and ask lots of questions. And so online on our website, we have lots of information. I mean, tons of information. It's overwhelming. You'd have to spend an hour or two to look at it, to filter through some of that. Then on social media, we advertise about our information sessions, about our run with a recruiter. We go and we do some HIIT workouts with a run with a recruiter, and then I give them 5 or 10 or 15 minutes individually so people can ask about that path. Hey, and there's just some fantastic questions. I might have done this 5 years ago. Is it still possible? Absolutely. You're a regular person. People make mistakes, and as long as we've been held accountable, we're looking for people who want to make a difference.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm feeling inspired other than the run with the recruiter thing, but it sounds like it would be fun for...
The other buckets I'm good with.
Yeah.
The fitness one, automatically disqualified.
If you need a career change later on.
Yeah.
Never count us out.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
Next up, it's Natalie Bedard with a new episode of Total Wellness, sponsored by Crest Contracting Limited.
Hi again, it's Natalie Bedard, fitness, nutrition, and mindset coach. And today I want to ask you a question. Have you ever decided you wanted to make a change? You're going to start Monday. Monday comes around, you didn't do it. And then you feel like a failure. And then the next Monday comes around, you didn't do it, and you feel like a failure because you really want to do the thing. And you can't figure out, why am I not doing it? Let me give you a little bit of a reframe that will help you be kinder to yourself and maybe actually be able to make some progress with the changes you say you want to make. So here's the thing, nothing is wrong with you. You aren't a failure. The thing that you're choosing always meets a need. And the thing that you want to do might not be in alignment with that need. So let me give you an example. Say you want to meal prep, but instead you spend your time with your family. You're relaxing, watching TV, and then Monday comes around and you're like, oh, I didn't do the thing. So if we use the reframe of, hey, the thing that I'm choosing, the time with my family, what need is that meeting with me right now? Maybe it's connection. Maybe connection is a higher value for you, and you don't get that from your meal prep. So if you can look at the thing you want to do and ask yourself, how can I line this up with my need for connection? So if you look at it differently and say, how can this be supportive? Then you might ask yourself, okay, well, maybe if I meal prep now, pick a time, that will free up more time for me later in the week. And now it supports my connection with my family. All of a sudden, it aligns. You might find yourself actually doing the thing. So you see, change can feel really hard when it feels like it's a trade-off. We're giving something up to get something else. So I'm choosing connection or my health. I'm choosing structure or freedom. Then we stay stuck because the things that we're choosing, the things we want to choose, aren't aligned. Okay, here's a simple exercise. So ask yourself, what thing do I want to do? So what's the change you want to make? What do you do instead? So you keep choosing something else and you're frustrated every Monday. What are you doing instead? Then ask yourself, the thing that I'm choosing instead, what need is that meeting? And then ask yourself, how can I meet that need with the thing I want to choose? That will bridge the gap, align the two, and make it easier for you to actually do the things you say you want to do. You don't need more discipline, you just need to feel more aligned.
Kelly, it's your final segment.
It is forever.
Forever. Not forever. You're coming back for special occasions. But how are you feeling and what do you got coming up?
I mean, in the short term, this is the last week to buy tickets for PJs and Pearls. Sir Optimus is putting it on. It's next weekend. So that's in the short term. In the longer term, I will be around. I'll still be working in the community. I'll be in school. And all around the province, actually. I took an executive director gig with Board Voice BC, so I'll be around. Just not on camera.
Just not on camera. We'll still see you on Facebook and Instagram.
Probably.
Yeah.
I do a lot there when I have time.
When you have time. Yeah. Why don't we pivot to what's going on this weekend from around the valley, and we'll start in Abbotsford.
So tomorrow, the Abbotsford Downtown Business Association invites you to the Craft Collective Market at the open space on Essendine Avenue, where they promise arts and crafts and treats.
I like treats.
It's a monthly program that started in February and will continue May 16th and June 20th as well. And best of all, it's free.
It's free.
We like free. It happens 10 a.m. till 2 p.m.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Out in Agassiz, 5039 Lougheed Highway, nothing says spring like the Harrison Tulip Festival. I have been looking forward to this. It's been 2 years. It's the largest tulip festival in Canada and has been named the world's most Instagrammable tulip farm at the World Tulip Summit in Holland. So if you're into the florals this weekend, for you, with over 14 million blooms, with 150 tulip varieties in their 4.5 acre show garden.
Wow.
They actually opened earlier this week, and they're on until May 1st. Tickets are available online at harrisontulipfest.com. $22 for adults, and it's a little less for seniors and kids on the weekends, and $17 for adults during the week. If you'd like a good discount on Thursdays until May 1st, it's Locals Day. If you're from the Fraser Valley, admission's only $10.
Oh.
That's a really good deal.
That is. Thursdays, Locals Day, $10. I know what we're doing on Thursday.
And when you go to the Tulip Fest, you're there for like hours.
Yeah?
Yeah, like it's a lot. It's a lot of tulips.
It's a lot of tulips.
Yeah.
All right. Well, at the Chilliwack Library this Saturday, tomorrow, from 1 to 4 p.m., come celebrate local talent at the local author fair. You can meet and mingle with a variety of authors, explore books across different genres, and dive into lively conversations about their work. Buy their work, if you like it, and probably even snag an autograph. The authors that are scheduled to be there include Merlin Bunt, who wrote Boom Times in Chilliwack and who incidentally won a 2025 Chili's Award for writing, as well as Lindsay Maple, Tiana Werner, Kaylee Halford, Sophie Sullivan, and Christy K. Lee. It's a drop-in event, so feel free to come by anytime between 1 and 4.
That sounds fun.
It does.
That Merlin guy, I know him.
He gets around.
He does.
Yeah.
Tomorrow in Hope, you can check out the Great Canadian Diva Show. I
gonna
thought
be
that
there?
I thought that was our show.
Okay.
It's at the Almsgiving Hope Cinema and Performance House. It should be fun. It's described as electrifying night, celebrating Canada's most legendary divas, again us. True North, strong and fabulous. Molly Wilson delivers powerhouse vocals, big laughs, and pure star energy in a show-stopping musical comedy cabaret that feels like a party and a concert rolled into one. That's tomorrow night, 7 to 10. There is no links for tickets.
That we saw.
That we didn't see them, but you should be able to get tickets at the door.
Okay. All right. In Langley, it's the 3rd annual Spring Craft Fair from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. tomorrow at Langley Meadows Community School at 2244 Willoughby Way. Enjoy a complimentary punch while browsing through the many vendor tables. Enjoy a snack at the concession and win a prize at the raffle. Love a good raffle. Admission is by donation, with all proceeds going towards programs for children and families in the Langley Meadows area.
Sunday night in Langley, it's the Honky Cat Elton John tribute fundraiser. That is a mouthful. In support of Langley Pack at Chief CPAS Theatre, 9096 Treadle Street. I think there's also another Elton John, Billy Joel tonight in Chilliwack.
Oh, okay.
It's a Rotary fundraiser, but that one did sell out. I think it's going to be a long, long time before I see that one come around again.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road.
Diva show indeed. All right, that's a wrap on the events.
That's the wrap on the event. So thank you to Abbotsford Police Constable Ian Parks for coming in this morning, and to Natalie Bedard for her new Total Wellness segment, sponsored by Crest Contracting Limited. And Kelly, thanks to you for all you've done this past year, contributing to developing this new program, which we love, the viewers love, and it shines a light on so many local events, businesses, and people, and it's just been awesome. Even though we're scattered throughout the valley from Langley, Fort Langley, Aldergrove, Mission, Abbotsford, Cultus, Chilliwack, Agassiz, Harrison, and Hope, and all the little centres in between, I've really felt that we've gotten much more in touch with what's happening through the work that we've done and that you started here before me. So
Anything to celebrate local.
there we go.
Yeah.
This is our last show for a few weeks. We're going to do what the farmers do and let the fields follow for a few weeks. And we'll be back for the Friday before Victoria Day, May 14th, with some new surprises. Now, Kelly, you and I have something to do, like
Right after this.
Like literally right now.
The flower house is opening today.
The flower house is officially opening. I've been seeing all week that they were soft launching, but they're open, so we're gonna head there. But speaking of flowers, from all of us here at Daybreak, we wanted to give these to you.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Love
And
it.
Don't forget about us, and also don't forget to water them, but don't water them too much.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Yeah, can't thank everyone and the man behind the camera for the partnership. And you're acting like we won't see each other again, but we're literally going to buy more plants.
We're literally going to buy more plants.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, if you have something you think that Daybreak should share on the show, we would love to hear from you. Contact Daybreak through the messenger on chillTV's Facebook page. Thank you all for watching, and for the last time on my part,
Have a fabulous Fraser Valley weekend.